get the guy out. The president was against the entire party. He didn't listen to anybody. And indeed, this is a gentleman, Sabi. And consistently he was borrowing. Look at our debt, your friend is saying. Your debt portfolio in this particular country. Nipa, for to the extent say after COVID, Ghana is the first country after Zambia to declare bankrupt. Suspended your external debt obligation to our creditors internally. A BC in the history of this country. Say Ghana for Mudo Musika Boa buying Bosnia, a buying back say mean to means we need to restructure. And now you restructure, it will come back to us. And then can yet was said and yet was said and obi mama nebetua and obi papa nebetua eguyanso as a people, you understand? So these are some of the mess I can was them. There is no way Ghana can step out there say a because credit score by now what they call a junk and because we have lost credibility because we've gotten to a point where we are out there begging people some fire can't in that kind of stuff. This is Ghana. My pride here. Welcome to YAE YouTube channel. Positivity only.
And of course, other related issues. Rapper Yakwaba.
Yeah.
Bibi Aboko there.
Nyango podi adome.
And as usual, if you have to go so hard to say, yeah, near to Mudada, it's a baby to accommodate so hard to say. I'm starting through one more enough. Yenim Kobo about the transition team, both political parties. John Dramani Mahama, the 10-member transition team, and led by Julius Debra, and we already do Jaho and the Tato as an advisory as an advisor, and Nanado Dako Akofu so the Aba, and then they've gone through a smooth inaugural exercise. Surprisingly, the Vice President of the Republic, flag bearer of the NPP, went to Myanmar. And people have started raising concerns about it. And we say we're Jabruta. Diminim, Yabeka.
They can't mention what here for now. Say numeracy and tensia. Aye. You share numeracy and there at the forefront. I think the transition team, the transition process, and a young one. You go through series of times. I think the Ghana need be a follow piano. When him say, and then you shall see it. But 2012 and a legal backing, I think that the Transition Act coming to where a give you certain legal framework be a regularize how as a transition year because first and I'm saying those guidelines in the you don't see any structured way be idea no but coming into force the act no it give you certain guidelines and why I first no and I think says where first both sides in the teaming show readiness transition or a course. I think that and the score Ghana for your democracy there be a when it comes to your democracy your credential in Africa very high despite the internal misunderstanding sometimes wrangling during the elections and as a form the two sides quickly have been able to come together and I think that the process a cement your democracy to go a long way to consolidate our democratic credentials but surprisingly vice president not being there and I'm not sure say it's any big issue because vice president anywhere president Akofu Addo and I think the president and the vice president will go through campaign. I don't know what actually happened but I think you need to raise any big thing about it but another issue in the say all your press conference I catch the president Akofu Addo say on stopping the transition your friend is saying process. My question is on whose behalf and all that particular press conference now say all your minister or your friend is saying
majority chief whip
exactly in parliament
yes
or access to President Akofu Addo. So official said transition process na cost no enkoye and now 1 or 2 be enkoye nothing stops him from so phone after President Akofu Addo can just stopping the transition process. So my question is on whose behalf and or that particular press conference is it MPP as a political party, Baumia and as a fine? I think that there is no reasonable basis for what he did, and I think that gentleman should be very careful because you see characters like or not the type, and man young people lose hope in their politics yeah because quite recently Obekaya he was trending for very terrible reason. Obekaya when his galamsey infamous comments we ko make yes ensuo no ye nyina yes na pe ko make yes ensuo no ye nyina yes na pe. That was absolute childish commenter. You didn't expect it from such a person. Or your minority whipper. A man for free say, well, go through the process. Parliament in a democracy, no nimunu there. Certain wit and intelligence will come to bear. But Sansemen Okokai no give you Ghana for a different picture. And today, for him to do what he's doing, I think it's cemented the fact that the cancer. A lot of people are getting access into the mainframe politics. Not that Omu deserve it, but because you see, we have monetized the entire political space to the stand say any cheap mind be out access to money can easily manipulate his way and get in. Because we have monetized the system, the entire political system there is the only thing we hear is once you have the money, you can get through. So at the end of the day, we may end up enlisting people who do not have what it takes to fix the problems. That is why even at the topmost level of power, like people like him, consistently, when they act here, the poverty of intellect these people live in their wake, will make you say wow, enti ono so ye panyin na odi o mind so ubekom no e panyin, and I think that's very unfortunate. Process na ya go through I think Ghana for go through Nema asi and when I make catch say about one Ghana for koto and yet so much about the NDC winning power. It was some kind of a revolution without a gun because I had the Akofu will chrome her, the arrogance of power, the impunity, the treachery being unleashed on people as Sebi or money are buying enye. Now too when you share the economic your friends mess President Akofu and the family are creating a general air core. Now we are Ghana ni so won't fine. You can make it a passing comment, but very in-depth knowledge about the current state of Ghana's economy. Now we name the trajectory of Ghana Namsu Sesia JB. What's why we read is the reason why yesterday make us say President Akufo-Addo Kotenancha no folded the arms no where the journey 8 years ago as a president and the mess that he has created. Not one mess, he created them personally. But because our language share the power and the sacred responsibility to ensure, say, obe standing up to the occasion, not individuals not to me more, obe hold are more accountable and responsible. And Akofa winning at the buy. For instance, we got to a time where people in MPP or no one can the political party while asking, say, we've had enough of Kendo Forata. So whatever it takes to get the guy out. The president was against the entire party. He didn't listen to anybody. And indeed, this is a gentleman, Sabi. And consistently he was borrowing. Look at our debt, your friend is saying. Your debt portfolio in this particular country. To the extent, say, after COVID, Ghana is the first country after Zambia to declare bankrupt. Suspended your external debt obligation to our creditors internally. A BC in the history of this country. Say Ghana for Mudo Musika Boa buying Bosia, a buying back say mean to means we need to restructure. And now you restructure, it will come back to us. And can you obi mama nebetua and obi papa nebetua eguyanso as a people, you understand? So these are some of the mess I can was there is no way Ghana can step out there say akwakobobosia because credit score by now what they call a junk because we have lost credibility because we've gotten to a point where we are out there begging people say on fire can't in that kind of stuff. This is Ghana. But the mess created by few individuals in the name of Ghana no ye off and abedi president we have the free room president so at some point in time you saw that particular free ride and then you pejai hokoto arena of corruption. Just imagine say Obama ti baby no nya Ghana ni no say power initiative because the economy be able grow is because of your friends saying the energy sector and through compact 2 or my insika na you making sure say you include private sector participation in our energy because over the years ECG has been running loss. Or go back to 2022 over about 10.1 billion. The following year it was 1.9 billion. So clearly they were not making profit. So such monies were coming in to allow private sector participation. So by our modi the omodi eni adin be kwa kwaje bills no because abanya dwuma so oka say ECG for nkomo nsanka zika no they've given up. So at some point in time ECG was losing 32%, both commercial and technical losses. Company BNHA or ran at that particular place a bit CD. Then this money came, say Emma Boye. Then these people at me for me a cabal, a confronting PDS. At the budget Ghana for Sika, the guarantees and the financial assurances that they needed to provide as a way and son of Monsa Canina, Vice President Ewe Visa Marina, Emma, this group of people, Emma Omobaye. Because of that particular corruption, a poppy up, the American embassy wrote to us $190 million as a second free. I am financial power sector, maybe. Sansi cannot call it. But see, the President Akofu anti-mania the courage, saying constitute a team to investigate this particular thing. But my culture said in governance, Obienua or Yankopanase or your angel. Every human being be any opportunity, they will commit evil and also obey your way. But as a state, my culture says you cannot be weak, you cannot show mercy. Because always, you need to send a message to people out there, say action have consequences. So if you mess up, you have to be dealt with. But the president created a certain room. At some point in time, a man for Kobokro bar or no all clear or more. So I know the day you energize people, you give them enough incentive to be doing all these things. So when yet Nansana yet 2 year new Ghana, you don't see any future. But then the young people are better politics are sit to the stand say Makacha said they are not just looking for say sorry the Obenya hopes and dreams. No, they want economic independence that will also translate into that kind of mental freedom. About issues of politics. But today these are issues at any table. No so I has say your minor to a point say Ghana ni what the future hold for us. And that is why I'm for jubilating and I'm because they don't even know what they are jubilating. Because the future looks so bleak. Yes, it's good we have changed. And the coming president, President Mahama, have a lot of responsibility, and I believe, sir, he will be able to navigate through this particular storm. It's not an easy task. I say, baby jubilating. No, because it's a daunting task. Because for us to get our way through, we need to go back to our external creditors and try to renegotiate because current arrangements no very soon 2026 some of the debts na mature and the amount of money we are supposed to pay taxes in you understand that is the situation. There are 2 year local Bank of Ghana. Adia na adding to her oye. Can no forata bob bosiana igugu so we are onyabino. Then he turned his attention to Bank of Ghana and then instructed your friend saying, I adding to print money. At some point in time, no matter turn the Bank of Ghana into a printing press. Just a sikana ya printing gumsa or moving a fees or printing inflation baba. You never buy a hosona inflation around 53. Here we are today, and the dollar cedi our hefa, you understand? So obitrana ya can some of these issues and we don't say it because obitaya bang and answer way. These are the realities end up in the current economic circumstances. Just imagine at the point in time Ghana for were grappling with a lot of economic conditions papa. Now President Akofu nya private jet e dey babesi kroma say and all gina nikoba among for all around the media everybody was talking about it at least as a sign of respect as a leader no show the people certain courtesy respect okay fine makama jai but at the point among for no okotam jet ni be see a tarmac so say the amount of money that went into that particular thing o kan ho say be nyeye Aduma Ben. No. There wasn't any reasonable. There wasn't any reasonable justification. At some point in time, I heard someone say, "You're jetting out cinema." Or say, maybe I don't want to believe that. But you see, upon where I was using that particular, say, upon where General President Akofu ended that the belt in change. But if upon where can use that particular jet, I said, "Ben, I can." So you see, upon where I say, "We need the size." I think we need to get serious. You understand? We need to the arrogance, the impunity, and some nipa can't. And I think that the coming administration will learn a lot from this because Akofu before 2016, he was a darling boy. Yeah. People were cheering him up at some point in time. So can I say for a ma we the man. And see a banner na table no say because of our braba or boy. My culture said this family and friends na for that particular practice of governance. It belongs to antiquity. Nipa practice be in the way no in Tunisia when your friend said that Jasmine revolution no started because na na yere nuane na yere ofase ono ankasa busuafo na ode omoaye because when you do that you lose your power the willpower to crack on people because to ani a ofase ani wona na nie unua ba nie why na akọ punish no So I don't know who's the president in Neman. That is why the last time I told you, say, President Akofu wasn't running the country. What one who's running the country? They were saying who said, "Say, Kurasi supermarket, you know, more for a so, you understand? We are on for Sikanum too. Whatever Hosuna shop, it's exactly what has happened. But people who were entering, borrowing, and doing those kind of stuff, you know, nobody was held accountable. For instance, corruption, some may see what may be the one you hold, you know, to the sense of what's in my move. Oh, Debbie, I'm very serious. You see, look at somebody like Cecilia Dapa. Circumstances when you $1 million cotton them, and you expect to say, wait, Cecilia Dapa Kofanisika, President Kufado, onim hoche. You can't blame him. But as a leader, no, all that you have to do is to show leadership by making sure, say, obey your proper investigations, have your public perception about this. But my catcher say, you see. You can't politics in as if say obi the assembly also in the religious sections na ka say JB ebia wo bobra bo no we cromfo na as if obeti make say medama nyankopon ni makomam. But in politics there is nothing like medama nyankopon because opinions and informed choices among for making, is premised on political perception as if so always you need to control the narrative and make sure that you put up right information there. But unfortunately we decided say proper investigating to some of these key issues. And nyina na keka bo ma akwakọ wie wo ha say yet at some point in time to me kotana TV so political party. At the time, Ghanaians were grappling with harsh economic conditions. Then the guy was displaying, saying, gold bars on TV. Yeah, any part the senior question they say, gold company bang, legit, will register, win that particular gold no party no council of elders wobo. I was suspecting say somebody who called that particular guy to order. So at some point in time, it became like a snake pit. Everybody was just fighting for survival. Leader and can no be a the upper. And now culminate into the larger disaster. And the MPP as a political party in that what it pansama. Who's a fan has a fan or her. So it's a lesson for everybody going forward. You know, Makasa winner to me. The first thing that you need to do is to show respect to the people because Nipa they did to me more, they can make and not make you. So who energy on that sacred responsibility now ubedi udoknokwa. And I think that Akofu Addo whole story way should be a guiding principle going forward. So we a leader, you need not to show weakness, you need not to show mercy to anybody. You should be ready to crack the whip on whoever will go against the state. And as for where sana it give you that power, it may build a amount for trust and confidence in as for by your two no behind the open at some point in time presidents who are called out to the so be sorry that's fair enough. With mercy as than he assured the people of this country say he was not going to use our money. At some point you wake up and now president issue letter to other people to go and build cathedral in the name of the state when the state is prepared. At that point in Ghana for sorry. But there is something that belligerence posture no then they decided to do whatever that they wanted to do. And the cathedral that Kwaku say JB $58 million has gone down the drain. Nobody is bringing that particular money. So I'm expecting that we need to set up a proper investigation, even though Senate there, but President Akofu only deserve a single. Your friend is saying, one friend says, gracia, because that particular money should be used. Oh yes, to be used to service all these things after proper investigation, because it is clear. Say most of the payments were illegal because Parliament as an institution. Or give okay to some of these big transactions, they were not notified. Parliament wasn't aware, and it was illegal for anybody to forward in some consolidated fund without parliamentary approval to do whatever that you want because I think say. Sanema we nyina keka bo ma ene e culture Ghana ho ahia ama the future looks so uninspiring, so bleak, and you don't even know where we are going. So I'm just hoping say Ghana for nyina in one accord this time around yamfa politics into nchen until say this particular government goes rogue. Let's support, make sure say they do the right thing, and they must also listen to the people because you see we don't need any special extra knowledge to run governance. There is nothing that you have. You cannot assume say you are more knowledgeable and intelligent than people who are listening. There are far better people who understand the issues better than us. Only that we have the privilege to be here. You understand? So at the end of the day, what you want to win your feedback, you need to take it serious. Consider and impute some of them are relevant into whatever that you. Because at the end of the day, it's a single vision, and I try to realize the vision is to make Ghana a better place, make the Ghanaian dream possible. So the average and the ordinary Ghanaian will not wake up and say, me person me got in UK, me person me got in America. No, you should be proud as a Ghanaian, live in your motherland, and make sure that the motherland will pay you well and you live in dignity. You understand? Because now last time I catch us say, may I cry na me free say among for a privilege. But na circumstances and push a lot of people out. And that no circumstance must circumstance in the country push people out. If you want to stay outside, that's fine. That's your choice. But yes, I did be and that is the kind of country. But you go to a time minister be your father saying campaign. Or say Obama man for visa I'm America. MP Anya Pius. Yes, Pius said that. So you see, Sasam no kind, and I'm for fun a try, but devil deeper into mind frame now or casa free now. Clearly, this is a person who has given up on this country. He hopes that never be anywhere. So going out there is is the way out. But this is a person, a young man, a mandate to run the country with the president and so forth. So I think that we really need to be very serious. And then the last one, you see, appointment is never a compensatory initiative. Appointment as a government and yet compensatory initiative say oh we come where you say madam funie minue nie sa na man na president Akofu na down for buy no because at the end of the day he couldn't look into the faces of the people around him. Now I kind of catch Romo and then people around him so turn out to become bootlickers and sycophants. I sing hallelujah choruses to the president. Oda the jakrana say what are the effort. And that is the mistake that we did. So going forward now, I think that we need to ensure that you better get close people are ready to tell you the truth. Make sure that they have the intellectual weight with that affects the problems because those holidays now are over. Now, no, you cannot come back and blame Akufo-Addo anymore. The Akufo-Addo chapter in our politics is closing on January 7th. From that go, it's a new chapter. Whatever you do, it's up to you. Now, American President Mahama is a very experienced person. He has been there before. And choice now, he has two choices. Either say he will be the best president or the worst president. But the good thing is that the choice is his to make. You understand? Ours is to support him. So I think he will make a right choice. Because at this time, the party for support, and that era is gone. And then the platform has also widened. A lot of young people are consuming information. They are knowledgeable. They understand politics. It's so easy to do comparative analysis. And now to Ghana, with a click on your phone, you can see what is going on in Nigeria, Botswana, other places. You do that comparative analysis. When they do, they will ask critical questions. And if you are not getting the answers now, they will begin to agitate. And the government, Africa, 2 years, then you see that momentum gather in the terms of your friends and violent revolution, that kind of way among for a year. Nigeria recently, until Kenya, or government, no bar, they will give you a period like 1 year, 2 years, 1 to 2 years. That is why I'm saying, sir, we have a Herculean task ahead of us. And your jubilation, we need to do a lot to ensure, say, the confidence and the trust people repose in the president. Thinking, say, obetime the right thing, that particular trust, say, who say, yes, we are really working for this country, and I think that's the only way. But
the team that constitutes to the transition team.
All right, no problem.
Then we can analyze that. But Obzen, minim there, but here now the transition team now.
I think say Enra answer Bosu kakra.
Yeah, sure.
Na Sabria or Motimi aye inaugural meeting. Na Ashasi there. We are hoping for the best. I'm Ashasi na wo kase nkomunye life ni
Yes.
We I don't think say inquisitorial bia so handing over process. You know, Sadi we will see. Enti enye ni nyina na se public no enya no ba.
Ye pese so ye dia dance bi.
Oh, ye be dia dance ba enye. Enye sabre ya so ho ne tie no. Wo mu ye sabe o mani nyina awie na se wo mu fi se nneoma bi antoto ye a eno na ya na e ba se Sadi we ye expect Sadi we ye hu ye e wo hefa ni ne kai ka ho. So ho ne tie no na e ba mi ye hu se ne sitie. Ba hu se director of communication at the presidency, I issue letter say yes. President Akufo-Addo, the directive said ma abemuni pebianto official car.
Yeah.
Or more and the guy good. But Casa Mafon so dravo the coco CC so. Titi no so. so on to you but ira no I don't know very say and they should get prepared say when people are tracing retrieving them they should not be any file say ebiase because all they call amanfo
yeah
and amanfo hu no amanfo so beka ene de ekaiga ho a lot of places we so obi fie ni or the Land Cruiser ni ayi obi kwa retirement o so wafa adwuma mu Land Cruiser ni pick up or the akwa baabi ene ekaiga say ma we nyina we should not get there men fan ko she baby ma obi ma me fa den konko ye he ni de kai ka ho so de no because what they call obi odwo mu no say eh de ya say wo de ade no because eh ya man dia the two ye dey wo beka eti me de ne meka my advice wo mo obote akonya so sabre say I mean you don't deserve to be tortured in that environment say wo ho ani stop ni agika free say na wo ho ani aba be wura ofie say ka we fa kiss bra ye de ko ni e kai ka en say si ye duru ho ba wo ma kwan so a ye be duru ho so wo de tie no eti ye ya aban eye state de no former state na wo de ko wo ni ka kra na de form no obi en hu say oh wo kokko ye adwuma no wan wia aban wan wia Ghana fo so wo de tie no eye better since obeya say emu ayi be kwa kwesi ho sa nti I am expecting a smooth transition to I'm so more up to 3rd January say by 3rd January there no biokita banka bia no hand over then they ka ho nti they should look at that and make sure say omo aye say na